Yo, what is up, guys? Welcome back to a revamped Fuzzy HQ. We are Fuzzy Garms. This is yet another video on the channel. Thank you for all the mad support you guys have given us over the course of the last, 10 days since we've really been posting videos up and showing you guys our journey. But yeah, this video is my favourite part of the week, my favourite time of the week, and it is when we go out to our Carboot sales and we pick up stuff en masse. And yeah, really, it's my favourite way to make money with vintage garms, because you can pick up a lot of stuff very cheap. But one thing to note about Carboot sales is really what you are looking for is just branded items that are cheap. That's the most simplistic thing that I can say. When it comes down to Carboot sales, are you likely to find every week a really awesome vintage piece? The answer to that is no. You're not going to find an awesome vintage piece every single week. However, you will find lots of secondhand Nike, Adidas, Lydon Scott, all that sort of stuff that's doing relatively well at the moment. Fila. As you can see in the background there, we have a Fila jacket being worn by Mr. Yellow, and we actually picked that up at the Carboot sales. I'm recording this intro after we went, but it is my favourite time of the week. Carboot sales are what I live for. We enjoy them. We go and we do a couple of them, then usually go for breakfast afterwards. Except this week we didn't go for breakfast, actually. But yeah, so we went off to Hook Road. We also went off to where did we go off to? Nut Hill Carboot sale. That's where we went. Nut Hill Carboot sale. So tip for you guys, if you're in and around the Surrey area, there are two very good Carboot stores. You've also got Rains Park. You've got St Helier as well. It's not the best Carboot, but it's not terrible. That's on a Saturday. But yeah, just sort of find your way around. But the most important thing with Carboot sales is you can't be afraid to get your hands dirty. Now, in the times we are in now, I would recommend you wear a mask. I'd recommend you bring hand sanitizer with you. A lot of them have got hand sanitizer around, but just bring your own. But you have to be willing to dig deep to find decent stuff. So I want to make a shout out to Fuzzy Garms. So we were at a Carboot sale, we were at Hook Road, and a guy was debating how to get a stain out of something. So I gave him a shout of, use this product, it's an awesome product, this is not an ad. It's called elbow grease. If ever you're buying vintage garms or secondhand garms and stains on them, there's a product called elbow grease. You can literally use it on anything in your house. You can use it on cookers, ovens, but you can also use it on clothes. It's a degreaser, it's sensational. I was going to say to him, I was there and I was like, do that, and then he DM'd me on depop afterwards, saying like high fives, like big fan of the channel and and yeah, I said he should have said hello, but yeah, he picked up a couple of really good bits. So shout out to him for that, which is really cool. But yeah, we're gonna go away now. You guys are gonna see the footage of us at the Carboot sales, all that stuff, and then I'll be back to show you what we picked up. We picked up a lot of really awesome stuff. I'm really hyped to show you guys it. So yeah, we're gonna go away now, sort that out, and we'll be right back. Alright, so we've just left Hook Road. I was meant to do an introduction for Hook Road, but you guys have seen it so many times before. I don't think it matters that much. It wasn't bad. We picked up a lot of stuff because it was just £1 and we know we'd sell it eventually. But it was slower because I think a few people were put off by the rain yesterday, although it's alright today, it's fine, it's been warm if anything. So we're now going to head up to Nut Hill near Guildford, which is one of our favourites to go to. We do quite well there usually. We tend to do better when we choose that one first and then come down here for Hook Road after. So the potential we don't pick up as much as we would do normally. We've got some good finds, some really good finds. We haven't paid a lot for anything at all. Jarringly or annoyingly, I told you guys a million one times before that Nike stuff's doing really well, and we got to a stall with a guy had loads of clothes, and there was really a group of guys there picking out all the best stuff. So we've managed to pick up some of the stuff from there, but some of the really good stuff they got. So I get really triggered when that happens. I like to pick up the better deals. So either way, you can head up to Nut Hill now, see what we can pick up. Possibly even go to Rains Park afterwards, depending on what that's like. But yeah, you guys will see us probably about 2 minutes time walking around the Carboot, so loads of people there. So we'll see you then. Alright guys, so you've just seen the footage, that really cool edit that Yellen always does. But it was a very good haul for us. It actually started off quite slowly and then it just picked up. Now my favourite piece it picked up was this Fila windbreaker is what you call these really. Sort of track top, whatever you want to say. I absolutely love this and I know we could get 30 to 40 quid for it on Depop. I loved it. Picked it up for 12 quid. It was one of those ones that I spent more on just because I didn't want to leave it there. However, my little brother is a small, and I knew inherently the moment I bought it, he was going to ask for it. So he has kept it. We're not going to be selling this one, but it is such a nice vintage feeler piece, like real vintage feeler. So yeah, he's very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Me, not so much, because this means I'm not making money from it, but either way, he's happy with it, so I'm just throwing it onto his head. There. But, so, next item I want to show you, well, call that, careful, maybe sit a bit too much, is simple, easy, swim shorts, Calvin Klein. We sell swim shorts all the time. They usually sit there for maybe a week or two before they do sell, but we paid, I think, £1 for these. But they're sort of old, vintage Calvin Klein swim shorts. They'll do really well. Some people call them board shorts, because there's a less of the sort of swim short style, the more like 90s sort of board short style. But yeah, really easy. Hopefully get 8 to 10 quid for these, pretty much like relatively easily. Next thing I want to show you is this Champion hoodie. Very, very solid, very, very nice. Different design. I've not seen one like this before. Picked up for £1. Champion, obviously, you all know, does extremely well these days. Much better than it used to do. So, yeah, Champion hoodie, easy. Easy £15, £20 on that one because it's a very nice one. So not too bad at all. And then one of 2 Liverpool shirts. Now, these ain't vintage. Like, one of them's from this season, one's from last season, I believe. But Firmino on the back. But we paid £1.50 for each of these. And they obviously will sell. And the reason they'll sell, there's a lot of hype around Liverpool at the moment. They've just won the Premier League title. But either way, football shirts at £1.50 will always sell for profit. These are facts. Like, my minimum that you can tend to get for a football shirt is about a tenner. But some old ones, even obscure teams, I know one of my friends has got, is it Nagoya Grampus, Johnny's got? I think it's Nagoya Grampus. An awesome shirt. And people pick it up for the colourway, the way they look. But a Liverpool fan will probably pick this up or resell it because we'll probably try and get £12 to £15 for each of them, which is really relatively easy. Next item, really simple but vintage Adidas zip up. Another windbreaker. Windbreakers do extremely well. People always need them. Windbreakers do particularly well going into autumn because people don't want full jackets, but you need something to keep them warm when nights get chillier. So windbreakers do really, really well at that time. But realistically, you can buy windbreakers anytime. They'll always sell. We pay £4 for this, which is more than we'd normally pay. But I know we sell this for sort of maybe £15 to £20 depending. I don't know exactly what we're gonna list it for, but it'd be about £15 to £20 in like most likely. But yeah, so that's good vintage Adidas there. Next Liverpool shirt. I'm not gonna bother showing you the next Liverpool shirt. The next Liverpool shirt is just the next Liverpool shirt there. It's just standardly a Liverpool shirt. Like it's not that deep. And then some random other bits we picked up. Some of them are still wet, so we've just washed them and cleaned them up. But easy Lacoste t-shirt. Problem with this one, it's a size that I don't really like buying too much. It's XL, I believe. I think it's XXL actually. But we only paid I think 50p for this, so it's fine. Picking up a Lacoste t-shirt for 50p is you're still going to sell it at some point. But like I've always said, the best sizes to buy are small, medium, and large. And actually, we're noticing recently a lot more are small is selling. I think partly because we're having a lot of girls buy like hoodies and windbreakers and things like that themselves, but also because I don't think there are too many small men out there, if that makes sense. Most men tend to be a medium or a large, and so smalls tend to sell quite well, which is why the Fear jacket would have done very, very well. Next up, something we always buy and always sell is basically just sports shorts. Sports shorts always do well. These are medium, I think they are. Nike Total 90, so relatively you've got a decent bit of age to them without being too old. But they're simplistic, they're easy. These are always a good seller. Sports shorts always do well. Why has the camera gone blurry? There it is. But yeah, they always do well. Really good. Again, I think we paid 50p for those. Next one, paid a couple of quid for this, but I think it's a very nice top. It's this Adidas Climate Light top. This should sell pretty much instantaneously. It won't take long to sell at all. It's not in perfect condition. There are I think AstroTurf marks on the back of it, but nothing that's going to really affect the value too much. But I'm hoping we can get something in the region of maybe £8 to £10 for it. It's a very nice top. Moving on. Really awesome piece of vintage Calvin Klein. It is a sort of quarter zip Calvin Klein polo shirt. You can see the CK logo there, and their labels look good. I paid 50p for this one from a random seller. And again, Calvin Klein will always do well. It's one of those brands that just does well. It's probably not as hot at the moment as some of the athleisure wear, so stuff like Nike and Adidas and, I don't know, Reebok's doing quite well at the moment, Umbro, Fila, they're doing it better, but it's still, again, for 50p for a designer brand, you can't really argue with that. Easy profit on that, without a doubt. And then, this is soaking wet still, I've just washed it, but I thought I'd show you it anyway. Just a simplistic Champion hoodie. We paid £1 for it. Problem with it is it's not got the sort of things you put here, don't we call them, like toggles? What do you call? Was that drawstring? There you go. The drawstring there. But again, easy sort of £8, maybe £9 if we are lucky on that. for paying £1, you can't go wrong. And this is the thing that I say to people when they go to car boot stores. I think everyone's looking at car boot stores for that one incredible item. It's like, oh yeah, cool. And they hold out for it. But don't turn down your nose at these sort of, after fees, £5-6 profits an item, because that whole lot there, I think costs us something in the region, excluding the feeler, which is now my brother's and he's going to keep that. The stuff we've actually bought there, it's cost something in the region of like 15-20 quid. Now, if we go and sell a lot of that, which we will do eventually, and we sell it all for an average, we'll say, of £10, in and around that, an average of £10, from our £15-20 spend, we made £120, maybe a bit more. I don't know how many items we've got there. We've got a couple of other bits as well, but they're in the wash. But you're making something in the region of about about 120 quid. So after tax and fees, you look at maybe £70 to £80 profit, and that's for what was about 2 hours work. And there aren't many sort of things you can do that can make you that sort of profit. So don't turn your nose up at these smaller little items that maybe aren't the most incredible items in the world, but they're branded, people buy them, people like them. That's really where the bread and butter of your money is going to come in. You're not always going to find a ridiculous find on your car boot sales at your vintage shop. Sometimes you just got to go with simplistic ones. I do want to show you one more thing that was returned home. We'll call it returning home. So obviously, when my brother decided that he was going to take the feeler, he brought back a jacket that I bought in Brussels. I went to Brussels last October. We went to Brussels, and Brussels is full of vintage shops and what we call kilo pickup. So you put stuff into a weighing scale, whatever it weighs, you pay X amount per kilo. So this was part of a lot that I picked up when we were out there, and it is one of the most gorgeous Adidas windbreakers from the 90s I've ever seen. I loved it. I fell in love with it. My brother fell in love with it and then never wore it. Took it home, left it there, never wore it. So now he swapped it out for the Feeler one, which he actually is wearing, which is at least a bit of progress. But this is going to be listed up as well. But I did just want to show you it because it's proper vintage Adidas, and it's in such ridiculous condition that I thought it'd be remiss for me not to show it. But they were our pickups from the car boot. So once again, shout out to Fuzzy Garms for like sort of dropping a little message to say hello and stuff like that. If ever you guys are at Hook Road or anything like that, you see me, feel free to say hello or whatever. There's no qualms on that whatsoever. But yeah, I think we've had a really good haul this weekend, not bad at all. In the coming week, we're going to sort of be bringing out more how-to and comparison videos about where to sell, where to buy, etc. Just to give you guys a few more hints, tips and tricks. Also going to be bringing out a video where we go over how to remove stains and what to avoid when you're picking up items with stains on them. But so we're going to be doing all that sort of stuff for you guys over the next sort of week. So make sure you subscribe if you are new around here. Like I said before, over half of you that watch these videos are not subscribed. So if you want to join the journey, make sure you get involved. But for now, that is the end of the video. Like I say, make sure you subscribe, like, comment, all that good stuff. But for now, I am out. He is out. Peace out.